DeFi 2023. What we can expect by the financial system into the crypto space to evolve for this year. We will discuss about it exactly together in order to understand what are the problems, the opportunities, and the solutions. And we will use as a case study Radix, the layer 1 that just by the end of the last year have been through an event completely fully dedicated to DeFi, because the peculiarity of this layer 1 is that it is born just to accomplish the goal to make DeFi a better space. I have been asked by them to create a summary in order to explain you what are the innovations and the problem they are trying to solve, starting from their event that happened just the 8th of December. So stay tuned, because in this video we'll discuss about everything and we'll try to understand really how we can improve this DeFi space. Just before to start, guys, let me say that this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's great, but always your research before. And guys, don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment section below, and if you want also, you can check in our description all the different links from our weekly newsletter, Twitter account, and all the ways that you have to support us. Okay, guys, let's start immediately. RadFi 2022, that's the name of the event that happened in December, and they have announced different kind of things. They have tried to better explain what they are trying to do. I would try to cover it at best, but most of all, what I want to focus is what is changing for the final user. Because I suppose that you are not a developer, but you are a person that want to enjoy, want to take out from the DeFi the maximum. That's exactly what I'm trying to do every day. And for this reason, there are different kind of stuff that we should understand. It's not really about technicalities, but really understanding what are the problems that we are encountering every day. That's the reason why I want to start talking from crypto wallets and the user experience that we are having right now when it comes to DeFi. One of the main problems is that what protocols and blockchains are offering to us is too complex. Yes, I know, it is getting better every day, but the path is still slow. I remember what we had like 4 or 5 years ago, and DeFi was just an idea. And the kind of protocols that we were using were a nightmare. What we have right now is much better, much easier. I still remember the moment when we had to participate to any kind of ICO. I remember the one from EOS that at the time, it was 2017 and 18, EOS were looking like the best out of the world. At the end, it ended up in nothing, but that's another story. But the point is that just to participate into that ICO, the process was so complex. Right now, it has been much better, but the reality is that, do you think that what DeFi is offering to you is already enough, simple enough to really embrace the need of the people that are around you that maybe are still skeptical about DeFi, that they are already trying to join apps like Robinhood or something like that, they are maybe finding them even too difficult? Well, as you can imagine, and as I think that you are agreeing with me, the reality is that we need to do a big step forward to reach that kind of level of simplification. Right now, DeFi is too complex and it's also too unsecure. Let's start from the first step, really. In order to use any kind of DeFi protocol, what you need to have is a wallet. The point is that even just creating a wallet is quite complex and quite so far away from the kind of user experience that we have when it comes to Web2 in order to create any kind of account. Yes, with DeFi you have to, first of all, connect and download your MetaMask account or any other wallet, and after that you will have this insane seed phrase. So many words just in a row, it could be 12 of them, 24 of them, and they are asking you to remember them and not to save it into any digital support because it sounds secure. Yes, I know, it's a pretty bad habit to save your seed phrase into your cloud or anything like that. Not even your computer, guys. You should keep it in like a paper. That's what you should have ready for your seed phrase. The point is that this kind of step is something that can be scary, and that's the first big problem that DeFi has to solve. And that's exactly what also Radix is saying. And that's the reason why they said, okay guys, we want to change something, we want to make the experience closer to what you have into Web 2. And they call their wallet, or better, the way they are structuring their wallet as a smart account. This is the kind of definition. Anyway, don't worry, because I will share with you all the different links, all the different videos, in order to give you also the opportunity to go through in greater detail about all the topics that we will discuss together. A smart account is just, like the word is saying, a smarter way to manage your account. Instead of having just a single way to access it, so your wallet, with a smart account, you can decide different level of securities for different accounts. And each account is fully customizable, and in any moment you can change it. And it's also offering you a multifactorial way to check and to decide your security. What does it mean? Quite simple. You can decide different ways to access that account. For example, you can have an account that is just accessible through a password, through a code that is auto-generated like a Google Auth, or any other way, or even your seed phrase. So you have different ways to access your different accounts, and you can decide which is the level of security that you are interested for that kind of account. In order to make the experience the smoothest as possible, they have introduced also technology like personas and Radix Connect that, without going too much detail, they are simply allow you to keep the maximum of the privacy and security in the moment when you are connecting your wallet that is maybe on your phone with a specific protocol. What I want to focus on instead is about native assets, because I truly believe that this is one of the main innovations that Radix is bringing into the DeFi space. Maybe you have been already using MetaMask, and you know that every time that you have to interact with a specific token, MetaMask is asking to you to add the address, and that's something that is literally boring, and it's quite complex, because maybe you want to add USDT to your wallet, but you don't remember which of the different kind of USDT that are available you have it into your wallet. And that's a big problem, because you have to go into an explorer, you have to find your balance, find the token, add it, and so on. Not to mention it is quite a risk, because as you know, scammers are just airdropping to you tokens that are having the same tag, that just are scams. So in the moment when you will use for any reason that token, you are at risk to lose all of your funds or to expose your wallet to a risk. So that's so dangerous, so bad. The point is that unfortunately MetaMask has no other chance, and the main problem is that all the blockchains EVM compatible are not having assets as native. So the only possibility that MetaMask has is to ask the different balances if you tell him what you want to see. But MetaMask is not able to recognize an asset natively into the wallet, because the reality is that you are not depositing anything into the wallet, into your MetaMask account. You are depositing into the blockchain, and MetaMask is simply asking the balance of the blockchain for that kind of token. When it comes to Radix, they are changing this paradigm. So instead of having to do this full process, what the Radix wallet is doing is having these assets that are already native. So it means that the wallet has the ability to recognize them. So if for any reason you have received USDT, the wallet will recognize it, will display it, because he knows that you have these tokens. Most of all, what they are also doing is that instead of just checking balances, what they are having is literally like a vault that is taking the custody of that cryptos into your wallet. This is a big step forward, and this is a big also change into the logic of the full blockchain, because it is increasing the security, and also it is making much easier to use any kind of wallet for you. Because let's be honest, right now the kind of experience that we have on MetaMask account is pretty bad, even if I'm using it, but the experience is not decent at all. Another important change that is happening among the simplification is what they are calling transactions manifest. And that's another big important innovation, because in the moment when you are signing any kind of transaction on MetaMask, it is like a blind sign, because you don't really know what you are signing. It's just an encrypted messages with many kind of letters, numbers, and so on, and you're wondering, oh my god, I'm signing the right thing or not? You don't know. That's the reality, and that's the reason why also using a ledger account is not changing the point, because also if you just check it out, the advices by ledger, you will see that they are telling you, guys, pay attention to the blind sign, because that's the maximum risk that you will be exposed to. And making manifest what you are signing, that's a big step forward, because in the moment when you are reading, you are signing a transaction, seeing, okay, that's what I'm doing, I'm taking this token, I'm swapping for this other, and making it clear, that's really important, because it's giving you the ability to check, to double check what you are doing. Maybe you have done a mistake just because you were in a rush, but that's something that you can check it out through just the signing process, because it is not showing you anything. But through this system, yes, you will be able to check it out and to understand if you're signing it correctly. It is pretty interesting to check it out, also this video down below, because it is giving you an example. Right now, I don't have the time to go through everything, but if you have the opportunity, go through it, because it's quite interesting also to see practically a use case from the beginning to the end of the different kind of opportunities that this new system it is offering. Now that we have understood how the problems in the moment when us as users are encountering while we are using DeFi, let's do a step forward talking about how the technology can improve also from the point of view of the developers. Yes, I know, at the beginning I say that I don't care so much about developers and the technology too much itself, but just about the final user. But I want to just give you a brief introduction on what is the technology, because I want to show you how changing technology can also improve dramatically the kind of final result that can be offered to the final user. For example, when it comes to Radix, Radix is a blockchain that is using a Rust-based language, and this language has been evolved into Scrypto. Scrypto has a modular technology, so it means that developers, instead of having to develop every time everything from the scratch, they can use different modules that maybe have been created by someone else, and they can also reward the person that has been able to develop that module. So it's a way not only to simplify the way that you are building, that you are developing code on that blockchain, but it's also a way to earn. Not only the main difference from other blockchains, exactly as we were seeing from the point of view of the wallet, is that they are asset oriented. So instead of having to specify every time everything to describe, to create a custom code, the Scrypto language has already been built in order to recognize different kind of asset. Is it that an NFT? Is it that a token? Which token is it? And so on. All of these questions are something that the Scrypto language is already having embedded and is giving to the developer the ability to use it as natively. After that, they have implemented a new engine. Just to help you understand what is an engine, is like when you are using Ethereum, you are using the Ethereum virtual machine. So the Ethereum virtual machine is what is executing the code that you have given to the machine. And they are giving, as an example, in the game world, that engines like Unity or Unreal, they have been able to really to speed up the process to develop more games and more efficient games and so on. They are saying the same can happen for DeFi because DeFi has a main problem. A main problem is related to security and scalability. Security, what they are saying is that, okay guys, one of the main reasons why so many hacks and problems happened during the last year with more than 1 billion of funds that has been lost is that it is difficult for the system to recognize which is each asset, exactly what we were saying before. And having this kind of system natively embedding into the system is something that can really improve the overall experience. Finally, I want to present also to you the scalability point because that's something that is really important. If from one side, the user experience making easier for developers is important, but on the other side, if you want to reach any kind of a comparable system from what the traditional finance is offering us and what DeFi should be able to offer to us, well, we need a blockchain that is really able to scale in an insane way. What they are offering to us, and that's the reason why they are saying, and again guys, I want to highlight that what we are talking about, and it's not just about Radix, but it's about any kind of blockchain that right now is promising us a really high level of scalability. We are still talking about something that is in a development phase. So it means that it will require some time to reach really the kind of level that we are talking about right now. Right now it's just a promise that we are all hoping that will be accomplished in the faster way as possible. But the reality is that we don't know how long it will take. So guys, be aware that it is an experimental mode right now. So it means that the risk is much higher than any mature technology. So again, it is true that the kind of idea that they are presenting is amazing because what they are saying is, guys, when it comes to scalability, we can solve it in two specific ways. One is sharding. So sharding means that you can run at the same time, so on parallel, different kind of transactions. And this is just creating like chunks of validators that will validate a specific set of transactions. And they are saying that the kind of sharding they are offering is the equivalent of any atom on the earth has its own shard. So that's quite big, the level of sharding that it can reach. Obviously, according to the level of congestion and so on, the level of sharding can be modular and can be changed during the time. But most of all, what is important is the second part, that is atomic cross-shard composability. I know that it sounds so complicated, but the reality is that it is quite simple. It is only saying that in the moment when we talk about DeFi, one of the key features is about composability. So the ability to use a protocol on top of the other and create complex transactions even into the same block. That's something that we are already seeing into Ethereum. The point is the moment when it comes to sharding, maybe the same kind of composability could happen on different kind of shards. The point is that in order to make it possible the composability among shards, you need to have these shards that are talking one to the other. And that's exactly what Radix is saying, allowing cross-sharding composability. So using different protocols, approving different kinds of transactions that are talking one to the other without having bottlenecks that are literally stopping the process and slowing it down. So as you can understand, what Radix is trying to do and what the whole DeFi space is trying to do is, from one side, offering a smoother user experience that is much more secure and much more close to what the Web2 is offering. On the other side, offering to developers an environment that is making them easier to develop technologies, to develop protocols. Because remember, guys, having the best user experience is completely useless if we don't have enough protocols. Imagine the iOS system, so the iPhone at the beginning. The reason why it has been so successful is because they had so many applications, and the same should happen for a blockchain, a DeFi environment to be successful. We need protocols. And that's the reason why they are also going to this direction. On the other side, obviously, they need a technology that is working in a good way. So that's the reason why we had a new engine, and most of all, it can scale like we have just said. Guys, let me know what is your favorite feature, and most of all, let me know what is your favorite blockchain when it comes to DeFi, and which, in your opinion, will be the most successful one. I'm pretty curious about that because that's a topic that will be the mainstream for the whole 2023. We need to understand which technology and how it will evolve into the next future in order to start offering us the kind of DeFi environment that all of us are looking for. Guys, thank you for following me, and I will see you soon in another video. Don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. See you soon, guys. Bye.